I'm fast as boy.
It's been a couple weeks since I made a video. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. If not, then I hope today gets better. Things for me have actually been pretty solid the past couple of weeks. Last month, I just celebrated my 27th birthday. I had some friends come over. We hung out, had a good time. It was actually really fun. So to all the people who came through, thank you for that. It was really awesome, making me feel blessed on my day. With that too, I also started skateboarding again and got reconnected with some friends that I used to skate with a lot, and it's been really good. It's just been awesome getting back on my board, getting a chance to skate, be with some friends I haven't seen in a while, and making me connect with me again. So that's been awesome. But with that being said, this actually gave me an idea for this video, in fact. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about ways of keeping motivated and continuing doing the things that you want to do, even within the struggles that come along with life. And as of course, I made 3 categories that we will discuss. Starting off with number 1, keeping motivation with friends and family. Number 2, keep motivated with your job. And number 3, keep motivated in your passions. And so like every video, I want to go ahead and break those down and try to explain how my brain was processing this, and hopefully within my ramblingness, you will be able to find some sense and maybe find something that might help you out. So starting off with number 1, keeping motivated with friends and family. Now, I'm pretty sure I don't have to give you any kind of lecture talking about how you need to choose the right circle and hang with the right people who have the same goals and motivations. Heck, I made a whole video talking about that particular subject. And like I said in that video, if you aren't hanging with people with the same goals and the same motivations as you, then it's going to be hard to keep motivated and doing the things that you want to do. And it's not to say that you can't hang with people who don't have the same goals and interests as you, but you should understand too that you want to steer clear from anybody who is the jealous type. If you feel that you have a friend that tends to pull you back when you're trying to keep motivated or find a new direction in something, the only thing you should be feeling is motivation from your friends and support. If you have somebody that's tending to try to pull you back on a constant basis, then I would possibly think about revaluing this person's friendship in your life. It's one thing to have friends that are, giving you the truth and kind of giving you a realistic view of what you're talking about, but it's another thing to have friends that pull you back and tell you that your idea sucks and it's stupid. And another thing to think about too is anybody who is like that probably had the same idea as you, just didn't have the thought process or the talent to work around such whatever it is. And if there's one thing that I want you to take from at least this part of the subject is unmotivated people will turn you into an unmotivated person. So please ditch the people that just want to sit around, do nothing, and whine about their life and act like, something magical will change when it really won't. Focus on you, focus on your goals, and keep yourself surrounded with those types of people. Now moving on to number 2. Staying motivated with your job. Like I said in the previous video, if you aren't happy with your job, then you really should be working on your escape plan, because you should never have to settle for a job that you genuinely don't like and make that your career. And sometimes it can be scary, definitely moving from job to job or moving into a new setting of whatever the case is, but it is something that does need to happen. Yes, change can be scary, but sometimes change can be awesome too. And if you sit around on fear and act like, well, if I do this, then I might lose this amount of money or whatever XYZ is, then you're never going to get to where you want to be. I believe at the end of the day, depending on where you're at in your life, your job really isn't going to be your job forever. It's a job in the moment of where you need to be. And while you're at work, just at least if anything, do the bare minimum of your job and what your base pay is. If you're not happy with that place, again, find something else. Look into what you want. I just don't know how to make this clearer. And while at work, just at least do the bare minimum, of what your base pay requires. Sometimes it's great to do a little bit of extra stuff. It shows you have initiative and, willing to go up the ladder, so to speak. But at the same time, you don't have to be like this 10 out of 10 worker. Just do the bare minimum of what your job is. Quit overthinking it. And please ask yourself this too. Am I motivated in my job, or am I not motivated in my position? Because maybe in some form of way, the job that you have is maybe not the job you like, but there is a certain position in there that you do want and you do want to work for and try to get to that. However, nothing comes easy, and unfortunately with jobs like these, you do have to do a lot of the entry level that really don't want to do. So I can only like talk about this from my experience, but I feel that the way I work at my job and the work ethic that I have with that helps me work on my other projects, like, you know, my YouTube stuff, or hopefully in the future more skateboarding videos and such like that. You know, just take that work motivation that you have in some form of way and work that towards your personal goals and things that you want to have in your life. I promise you, if you work as hard as you do at your job on the goals that you want, you will achieve them. That is for sure. And speaking of passions, this is going to lead me on to number 3, keeping motivated in your passions. I think it's very safe and understandable to have a plan B for any type of career move that you want to do, or just any future goals in general. But if we're being honest, human to human, man to man, person to person, whatever, plan B is not going to be what you want. In the end, it's always going to be safe to go to plan B, but you really want to go to plan A. That's, I think, ultimately what everybody wants is they want to work on plan A. They want plan A to work out. And for some people, if they end up having to do plan B for the rest of their life, then they're always going to wonder what went wrong with plan A. What did they do wrong? Did they not really follow it enough? Did they not push themselves hard enough? Whatever the questions are, they're going to be thinking, I should have went with plan A. And it's definitely normal to feel discouraged, especially when you are chasing your goals and you are chasing your ambitions. And sometimes people tend to forget that there are steps to these things, and they make these giant steps to a goal that isn't going to be fully realized or fully understand. You know, just throwing this as a hypothetical situation, say that you want to have a shop, right? And, you know, you may be doing a little bit of good stuff. You may be selling out a lot of stuff. And then you're thinking about, well, I really want to get a factory. Well, now we're thinking a little too big, especially if you only have this one shop that you're working on, right? You have to improve this shop. You have to keep this shop up and running, doing the businesses, ins and outs, the things you don't want to do to get to the things you do want to do. And in that regard, you know, what you would have to do then is just working on smaller steps, talking with people, getting that checked off, finding more locations where you could put this store, you know, get that checked off. I mean, obviously I'm making like a hypothetical situation here, but I'm pretty sure you get my point. And if you're not getting my point, let me try to say it more clearly. If you are making bigger steps to get to where you want to be, and you're not seeing the results you want, then start trying to make smaller steps to get to the bigger steps. Another way to say it, small steps lead to a bigger victory. And like I was saying earlier, making sure that you had the right group of people around you, friends, family, etc. Especially when it comes with your passions, you definitely want to hang out with people who are in the similar interests and passions as you are. You know, getting the chance to talk with people, communicate, share off ideas with one another, that's how you can tend to grow and find new ideas for new things that you're trying to do in your own goals and passions for things. Rather if that's a career, rather if that's in a hobby, whatever it is, hang out with people within the similar interest, and you're only going to get better from that. Also, to keep in mind that sometimes making room for people with the similar passions as you can also bring in that jealousy factor that I was talking about. Say if you and so-and-so have the same, you know, goals for something, and maybe things start going your little way a bit, last thing you want is somebody being jealous and, you know, coming around you and just making it feel awkward and weird that they're not being at where they're at. You worked hard to get to where you're at. That's on them. Remember that. So yeah, that's really all I had for today's video, at least for the conversation of keeping yourself motivated. And hopefully you found some form of thing I said in my rambling that might actually help you in your day-to-day life, especially with keeping motivated. And if not, well, I tried. But before I get off here, I just want to announce a couple of things. So in my previous video where I was streaming playing Ready or Not with a friend of mine, I made that into a clip, a funny clip. It, you know, didn't really do as well as I thought it would, which is understandable, especially with the algorithm and how this works for my channel. So I want to ask, what would you feel if I maybe set up a gaming channel on the side of this? So anything gaming and all that stuff will go into that channel. Anything up talking about mental health and motivational stuff will be onto this channel. I also might be making a channel for skateboarding as well, just for like my skate videos, hanging with my friends, being goons, all that kind of stuff. You know, just for fun, nothing serious, nothing crazy, but just to have a channel where, you know, I can have some skateboarding in there too. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about those ideas. I'm not fully sure how I'm gonna go about these yet. Again, this is just thoughts at this point, something I still need to map out. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Also want to say thank you guys for love on my previous video. I'm not exactly sure where it is right now in the analytics of things, but I appreciate the love and support on that video nonetheless. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please lay them down in the comments below, or you can hit me up on one of my socials and we can have a more one-on-one conversation as well from there. And definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.